name is Bobby Jayson, and my previous family name was Jakobowitz. I was born in Berlin in 1929, and we lived in the center of Berlin, very near the Tiergarten. My twin sister and I went to a Jewish kindergarten, later to a Jewish school. It became increasingly difficult to attend school as the Hitler Youth would throw stones at us, and our way home we therefore had to be accompanied by adults at all times. On 3rd of May 1939, our parents took us to the railway station in Berlin, and together with many other children put us on a train to England. That was the Kindertransport. That was the last time we saw our parents. We were just 10 years old. We arrived in Liverpool, and we were met by my aunt and uncle who lived in the East End of London. And their house was right next door to Talmud Torah, which I attended, and right opposite to a school to which my sister and I went. We knew very little English, but we were able to make ourselves understood. I still remember how happy I was when the headmaster let me ring the school bell in the morning to indicate the start of lessons. In September 1939, the school was evacuated to Brighton, but we were only there for a few months since bombing became dangerous, so we were moved to Guildford in Surrey. In Guildford, my sister and I were separated as they could not find a family to take the two of us. My main recollection of that part of my life was that I was always hungry, and I did various jobs to earn a little more money. When the war ended, we came back to London, firstly living in the East End, and then in Hendon when my sister married. I completed my secondary education by taking the Oxford and Cambridge School Certificate, which allowed me to enter the accountancy profession, and I qualified as a chartered accountant in 1952. I joined a public company as a corporate treasurer and later was appointed a director. I married Renata Losso of Eva Schloss in June 1953, and we had 47 years together. Renata was a survivor from Theresienstadt, a concentration camp, and she also lost her parents in the Shoah. Soon after I married, I was called up to do the national service in the British Army, the 2 years during which time my wife lived with my sister. My contribution to the London Jewish community was to serve 28 years on the board of the management of the Hendon Synagogue, 3 years as warden, after which I was elected honorary treasurer to the United Synagogue. Ladies and gentlemen, in some way or another, we all are survivors, since the Shoah tried to eliminate the whole Jewish people, and I am one of the lucky ones who were saved by the people who organized the Kindertransport. We Jewish people have always had to make the best of our lives, and I thank Hashem for giving me the strength and good health to achieve what I have in my life. Our guest speaker tonight, Eva Schloss, survived the Holocaust and has made it her mission in recent years to educate people about her incredible story. I am delighted to have the honor of introducing her now.
Churchill said somewhere, it needs courage to get up and speak, but it needs even more courage to sit down and listen. And I'm overwhelmed to see so many people here this evening, because today I was in King Solomon School in Ilford, and we had the play, and then they came for me, remembering the world of Otto Frank. And there was one girl who got up and asked me, aren't you getting bored talking all the time the same story about your life? And I only had this in a Jewish school, you know, I was quite amazed. So I said, well, you know, here's the cast, the actors, they do this for years and they're not bored. There's always a different audience. And, you know, I said, I do vary what I'm telling. I can't really, you know, I don't read it. I always see from a different point of view what I can tell. Sometimes I start at the end and go to the beginning, or start from the beginning, go to the end. But today I'm going to tell you something. I said to my husband, wanted to come. I said, well, you've heard my story very often, but I said, today I'm going to tell you something new. So he said, what is that? I said, well, you'll hear it tonight. Well, basically, you know, I'm not going to tell you everything what happened in my life, because you would still sit here till 11 o'clock. But I'll tell you basically a little bit, and then I want to tell you about what I really want to tell you. Well, I was born as well in 1929 in Vienna, which was a beautiful city. We had many friends, Jewish and non-Jewish. We went in the mountains, we went skiing, we went swimming, and I was this kind of child. I liked sports, and I was very, very happy. We had an extended family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and it was a wonderful life. But all this changed, of course, immediately when the Nazis came.